Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Flippin' Friday. Today we are going to work on a little Flippy booklet using a piece of 12 by 12. Now ideally you would want to use probably a double-sided paper if you don't like all this white. For my sample book, idea book that I'm putting together, I don't care. So I am just going to leave it white on the back. But we are following along with Corey Dahmen on her Flip, Flaps, and Folds videos, making an idea book. And this is week 15. We have 5 more weeks of Flippin' Friday. We are going to take this 12 by 12 piece and use almost every piece of it. In fact, I think we will be using all the every piece of it, so it'll be fun. Now, you would probably, if you're going to use a double-sided like Tim Holtz paper, I really don't ever see double-sided paper unless I buy like Stamperia or Tim Holtz. And Tim Holtz has discontinued large paper, so if you got it, this would be a good way to use it. But if it's directional, you want to pay attention to which way your direction is, because your booklet is going to be 5 by 7 and you'll want to keep track of that. Mine is not really directional, so I'm just going to cut 5 inches. Top or bottom doesn't matter, but I like it this way with that bud on the top, so I'm using it like that's the top, and I'm just going to cut the top off of this. Let's see, I'm going to cut 5 inches off. Let's do it right. I'm going to cut 5 inches off. Okay, and I'm going to put this piece aside because we are going to use it in a minute. Now, I am going to stray from where Corey went with hers, as I do. Corey's was double-sided. Now, if I was using double-sided cardstock, I would probably do it the same way. She cut hers in pieces, put it back together with washi tape so that she could flip and have a contrasting piece. But I'm just going to score and fold. Okay, so we will score at 5, and it just happened to let's just do the 5. We'll do the 5, and then we'll talk about options later. I don't want to confuse you or myself, mainly me. So basically what Corey does is she cuts at 5 and she cuts at 10, and then this will give you, a booklet. Okay, so we're going to fold this. And did I already mess it up as far as direction? Nope. Good. Okay, so the buds are on the bottom and the top, so it doesn't really matter here. Now, you can see how when this wraps around, it doesn't quite close, it kind of puckers. That's because this is just a smidge too big. So if I had scored maybe at 4 7/8 instead of 5, and then done 5 more inches, I'm just going to trim off 1/8 of an inch and call it done. Do it the fast way here. Okay, 1/8 of an inch, and then that should allow that to close this way. All right, so this is my wraparound booklet. Now I'm going to round these 2 corners. If I can, there's my corner rounder. 1/2 inch. I like the 1/2 inch side. It gives you more personality on your corners there. All right, that's a simple booklet like that. But now what do we want to do with it? Now let me look at my notes real quick. We are going to take this piece that we had, and you know what? You can save this if you want. I'm tossing it. I know Corey would say use it as one of our little strippy deals that we did, and but I don't have a lot of those tiny strips with this collection. You know what? I'll save it for Corey. Okay. We are going to take this piece and put it in the cutter, and we are going to cut this piece at 6 3/4. Now mind you, this is 5 inches, so we're going to do 6 3/4. Now why are we doing it that long? Because it seems like a 1/2 inch, that's going to be too big for a flip. Oh no, because it's 7 inches tall. Okay, never mind. 6 3/4. See, Corey knows what she's doing and I'm messing it up. Put this aside, we're still going to use this. Alright, so we have this piece and we are going to score at a 1/2 inch on the top. With the 7 inch across the top, we're going to score back at 6 1/4. Okay, I'm going to fold that back. I am going to ever so slightly trim these in, just 1/8 of an inch. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, just a smidge. I'm not keeping those pieces. Okay, so this is our flip. Okay, for the inside, back to our little corner rounder. Okay, this is a Flippin' Friday. So this piece is going to attach here, like so. All right, and now this folds in. So we need to trim that down because that's not going to go over. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other one, and I'm going to trim it at just 1/8 of an inch, and then I'll have to trim my corners there. So, oh my goodness, I need to clean my desk. I've got too many projects going. I know I say that all the time, and I think, oh, I'm almost done, and then what do? Start another project. I've got my multiple journals for that one order that I'm still working on. Almost finished with that one, so I'll be doing a flip through of that soon. And then I just finished my Tsunami Rose design team project and starting my Happiness and Crafting design team project for November, which is going to be fabulous. So I hope you'll watch that. Okay, so we made, oops. This goes this way. So this will be our little flip up here, okay? And you can put, I believe Corey put journaling paper down here underneath. So we'll revisit that in a minute. That's going to close like that. So this piece over here, which ends up at 5 by 5 1/4, I believe we cut down to 4. Now let me think which side I need to cut to 4. The long side. Okay, so go this way. Yeah, that comes over. So I want to cut this at 4, and that should leave me 1 inch, almost 1.5 inches there on that edge. And then this piece, which now that we've trimmed it, this was that last piece that we had, is 4 by 5. And we are going to round the corner again. This corner, I'll make sure I have it the way I want it up. We're going to round this corner up here. That didn't work very well. Make sure that's open. Sometimes it just doesn't make a great corner. So this will be, and I'm not going to finish this completely because I want just the idea of it. So let me go ahead though and glue this piece down so you can get an idea. Okay. And don't forget, go watch Corey's video. I'm going to do this upside down so I can center it. Go and watch Corey's videos because, you know, she does some awesome work. Okay, I'm just lining that up there, making sure it's even here so it's not going to bump into that that fold. Okay, turn it back around. Now we have the flip up, okay? And now we have this piece, which I want to put in the corner here for a tuck spot. And then this will give us a place to put lots of journal cards and tags that we're making with our scraps. Okay, I'm going to put it in just maybe a little over a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch, something like that. Just a tiny reveal there. Okay. And where's the piece? Okay, that one's still 5. I didn't do something right, but it doesn't matter. I think I was supposed to cut on the other side, but you know what? It doesn't matter because this is a tuck. It still works. My scrap is just smaller than it should have been, but that's okay. The next thing that I want to do with this is fold this over, and I'm going to cut this at about, I'm going to cut this down to 1.5 inches. A lot of flipping back and forth. Okay, so I have this piece. It's still going to be able to be used. That's the only scrap I have left from that 12 by 12, okay? So I want to take this, and I'm going to fold this in half, like so. I didn't do it perfect, but that's okay. I found my big bone folder. It was inside another journal. Inside another journal. I think I must have been using it to stretch a pocket or something. Or make sure there was no glue in the pocket. I don't know. Anyway, it got wrapped in. I might have been using it for a bookmark. Who knows? Bone folders are multitaskers. I highly recommend you have a bone folder. All right. So, I folded that. Let's let that dry just a second. And I think I'm going to round the corners on this, maybe. You could use a bigger piece if you want. This is going to be our closure. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side, if it'll work. Yeah. Just to round that and keeping with what we already got going on. There we go. And you can ink whatever you want. I'm not inking in this particular one. So we want to place this here. And I'm just going to put glue on the half side. I am going to let it get a little bit tacky, so it doesn't slide around so much on me. Come on. All right. Look at that. It almost matches up. That's a good repeat. Let's see, should I turn it around the other way so it looks like more leaves? That would have been cool if I could have matched that up. But anyway, I'm going to put this down here like this. Make sure my glue is on the wrong side, so I have to do it this way now. Whew, that was close. All right, and I'm just going to put that down there. I'm sliding it back just a little bit because I don't need quite half, otherwise it'll be too hard to close. Now, I believe what Corey did was she used this piece for a journal card. So let's see if we have a scrap. Let's see if we have a scrap while that's drying that we could use. I have all these parts in here. And then we could make like a tag and a journal card to fit inside our little booklet. Let's just take these pieces here. Keep all my scraps in the front. Yeah, that would make a nice size journal card. Okay, so let's see. This is 3.5, so let's cut it at 5.5. I think that'll be a good size. Five and a half. Okay, there's another little tag-like thing. So there's a journal card, and then this one is, looks like 2.5, so let's do 5 on this. Okay, I like to do it twice as high, twice as tall as wide. All right, so there we have our closure. Right there, we have our booklet, we have our tuck spot, we have our flip, which, like I said, you can add a booklet, you could add a couple of pockets, but this journal card, I believe she just took a, and made like a little cluster there, so let's just do that. You know, we could make that a little tuck spot. There. Okay, so we can have a little card that inserts here. Okay, this will use up some scraps. We can make this a little tag. Do you like little corners on your tags or big corners on your tags? Do you like all your corners the same size regardless of the size of tags, or do you change the size of the corners based on the size of your tag? Inquiring minds want to know. I think for me, it depends on my mood. All right, so we're gonna, that's probably not a big enough, oh yeah, that'll work. All right, and then we have our little journal card here. I'm gonna put another, I'm gonna make this another little tag. So I think I need to cut off about, let's cut off right about there. And I'm just gonna eyeball this one. Okay, put that little tag inside, and then we have the journal card for here. There we go. Now, let's have a little piece left over, but that can go in the stash for later. And let's talk about writing paper. Now, if I have I would just take a piece of this. I'm just going to take a piece of this tan paper. Now, I'm going to cut it in half at, oh my goodness, 5.5 and 4.25. And you can make this as thin or thick as you like. If you need it thinner, don't put as much paper. Maybe just put a, glue a piece of paper down to there. I'm going to take this and staple it. And it works. Yay! Sometimes you never know with staplers. And I am just going to glue that. Now, I'm sure I have a strip. Let's see. Let's put a strip across there. I'm not going to fold it over to the back, but I only need about 1/2 inch. So let's cut this down. Make it 1/2 inch. Alright, and then I'm gonna cut off just 1/4 inch because I saw it was too wide. And that should do it. So we'll glue that on the top. Dry fit it one more time. There we go. If you have fancy staples, which I do, I don't know why I never use them. I have small staples. They're close to my heart. That are, I have blue and gold and green and red, and I always forget about them. They're smaller. They don't fit a standard staple. So, okay, put that there. And I'm going to glue this. And I'm only going to glue here. That way we can add more paper or right behind it or whatever we want to do later. Come down about that far. Okay. And I'm just going to center that like that. I'm going to hold that just for a second so it makes good contact, and because we've got those staples. Now if you are using, you know, lace and not doing not needing to worry about thickness, you know, you could add lace here or ribbon. You could even punch holes and tie it with a bow. There's lots of ways to make notepads, and I believe that's part of Corey's video. That might be on Scrappin' Saturday. I get them mixed up, as you know, because some of them are similar, and there's so many ideas that they kind of sometimes just linger in my mind. Okay, so that flips down, that closes in, and that tucks underneath like so. So there you go. That's Flippin' Friday number 15, a Flippy booklet. That's what I'm calling it. I don't remember what Corey called it, but using a whole 12 by 12 and some other scraps. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye now.